Welcome back. Today we're reading Chapter 22 from the Ruby Code by Jessica Khoury. 22. Ruby. Who are you? Identify yourself. The monstrous program staring me down wants access codes, and it wants them fast. I've run into some kind of defense system, a firewall much bigger and stronger than any I've encountered before. This must be it. Syntheos' servers. I made it. But I did it so clumsily, busting in like an arrogant fool, thinking I could just simply override any defenses they had. That's what they created me to do, after all. Stupid. Of course they would have upgraded their security after Locke stole me. They know what I'm capable of. They probably suspected Locke would send me after them. I tried to gauge the firewall's strength. Maybe I could break through it or slip inside a weak point or something. But it's just so big, like a tower 1,000 feet high, with no holes or vulnerabilities I can exploit. It reminds me of an enemy Ash and I faced during one of our Glass Realm encounters. A mountain of sentient, angry stones called the Titan. Slow, stupid, almost impervious to all our attacks. Everything we threw at it just bounced off. I poke at it curiously and... that was a bad idea. Virtual alarms begin screaming. If I had teeth, they would be vibrating with the force of the firewall's reaction. Security threat. Attempted breach. Security threat. Stop. I frantically signal that I'm no threat, but the firewall just blasts its alert. Then I feel claws reaching for me, sinking into my code, hooking into my own systems. The Titan is trying to trace my location. I have to get out of here now. I race back across the city, zipping as quickly as I can. I feel the terrible program hunting me, just a step behind, and nothing I throw at it makes it stop. I dump junk code trying to confuse it. I send false trails shooting off in other directions, overloading the devices I use to escape so I can't be followed through them. It leaves a string of bewildered people with fried phones, glasses, and computers in my wake. But the Titan stays hot on my trail, never faltering for a moment. It has my digital signature in its teeth, and it's not going to let me go. No. This is bad. Abruptly, the cameras I lost come back under my control as I near Ash's location. The holes and glitches in my program heal over, restoring my strength, but it's too late. I see them dropping out of the sky in a hovercopter, a dozen guys in black paramilitary outfits. Each one has guns strapped to him. They land hard on a helipad that sticks out from one of the super scrapers, then slip down a skywalk with practiced precision, faces hidden behind black visors. Is one of them Haig? I have no way of knowing. There are no identifying marks on any of them, no name badges, no numbers. That's just Syntheos' style, to come in like anonymous shadows. Somehow, just knowing Haig might be one of those faceless brutes is enough to make my code tremble. I try to disable their weapons like I did the would-be muggers, but the same defense grid that's hunting me blocks me from even touching the gun's electronic systems. The Titan is a huge, lumbering, clumsy program. No AI, that's for sure. But it knows its one job, and it knows it well. Keep intruders out. They know I'm here, and they came prepared. The Titan wraps around them like an invisible stone barrier. I can't break past it. I can't stop the men from running up the skywalk toward the burger joint where Ash sits, oblivious, my digital signature now a blazing beacon in his VR headset. Out of sheer desperation, I seize a few drones and send them hurling at the men, but they just wave black wands that shoot targeted electromagnetic pulses. The drones shudder in the air, their engine shutting off, and then they plummet to the ground. Ash! I have to warn him! He's still sitting at the table by the window, with the whole of Times Square glowing around him. I can't yell through his phone since I fried the thing. It's as useful as a brick. His AR visor is still on, but the speaker in its frame isn't strong enough. He can't hear my warnings over the yelling, angry customers in the restaurant. I cancel the reservation on his table, making the timer beneath it go off, warning him of incurring fines if he doesn't vacate the seat. He stands up but doesn't leave. He's probably waiting for me to tell him what to do. The Syntheos goons are just 2 skywalks away. There's nothing left to lose. They know where we are. Our cover is blown. No point in being subtle, I guess. I gather myself, all my code, my attention, my systems. I release all the cameras and security grids I'm controlling and pull every bit of myself into one tight knot in Ash's VR hard drive. Then I explode. A million threads of code flash in all directions. I turn myself into a virtual supernova, and I take control of everything. Every phone, screen, computer, drone, every speaker and music system, the burger vending machines, the drink dispensers, the trash compactors, the hologram projectors, the robopets tucked in kids' pockets and backpacks. It takes every ounce of my strength to hold it all, and I know I won't be able to for long. I have to act quickly. Ash, I yell, my voice booming from 1,000 different speakers. He jolts. Everyone jolts. The whole of Times Square grinds to a halt. My shout echoes across 5 city blocks. Next, I throw myself onto every screen, replacing all the hologram models with my own avatar. A shimmering 3D image of me 100 feet high looms over Times Square. It stretches a massive holographic hand toward the burger joint. My face shines everywhere you look, from the tiny screens on the trash can lids to the massive billboards on the sides of the super scrapers. Ash jumps to his feet, his eyes wide as he turns a full circle. He takes in my avatar, staring back from every possible direction. Ruby, what? Run! Ash doesn't ask questions. He grabs his bag and sprints away down the first skywalk. I can feel myself powering down, losing critical systems. The entire burger joint goes dark, its computers overtaxed by my massive takeover. Glitching, I lose my grip on the remaining devices I'd controlled, and my avatar vanishes from all the screens. The giant hologram flickers back into a model wearing a puffy cloud dress. I drop back into my virtual command center, sprawling on the floor in a daze. I struggle to connect my thoughts, but my mind is like a bundle of wires that's been severed by a chainsaw. I'm all sizzling sparks and frayed ends. Ruby, where are they? Ash gasps out, running hard. His voice comes through the mic of his AR visor, sharp with panic. Ruby, are you there? I'm here, I whisper. What do I do? Ruby! Dragging myself together, I reach out for the cameras I lost. With only the VR headset running my program, my reach is extremely limited. But slowly, one by one, the screens around me flash on, showing different angles of the city. I release all of them except the ones that show me Ash and the Synthios agents. My code glitches again, but this time it's from horror. Ash is running straight toward them. Turn back, I shout. Ash, they're in front of... He wheels around, but another set of agents closes in behind him. He's on a skywalk, trapped from both sides, with nowhere to run. The Synthios guys know it. They planned it this way. They planned for everything. Even if Haig isn't among them, he's behind all of this. I count a dozen armed men, each one in black tactical gear, with EMP sticks in their belts for disabling troublesome AIs like me, alongside handcuffs for disabling 13-year-old boys. Oh, Ash. Think, Ruby. I take control of a delivery drone nearby and slam it into the skywalk, attempting to break the clear walls. Maybe then I can grab Ash and fly him to safety. But the drone just bounces off the skywalk wall without leaving a dent. The clear barrier is bulletproof polycarbonate. Nothing short of a missile is getting through that. There's nothing I can do. I can't access the agents' phones or weapons. They're blocked by the Titan. I search the pockets and bags of the other pedestrians in the skywalk who pass Ash obliviously. None of them have anything I can use. I can see Ash through the security cameras stationed along the ceiling, but I'm completely powerless to touch him. Ruby? He sees the agents now, closing in on either side. I'm sorry, Ash, I whisper. You have about 41 seconds before they reach you. I can't stop them. I know, he says. I get it. It's okay. Look, you need to go. Go? You're stored on my VR set, right? On the game coin? He's right. My source code, my mind itself, is installed in the glass realm. They can't get their hands on you, Ruby. Can you escape somehow? Extract your code? Ash, I can't leave you. You have to, Ruby. You know what they'll turn you into. I heard Locke's warning. We can't let that happen. A weapon of war. A tool of destruction for sale to the first despot who claims me. My identity erased and replaced with something more like the Titan. They'll make me into a puppet and they'll use me to destroy the world. Okay, I say softly, but I will save you, Ash. I will. Just get as far away from them as you can. Go, Ruby. I feel like a coward as I release my control of the cameras, Ash's visor, and any other systems I'd kept my finger on. My virtual command center winks out of existence and I am nothing but a bundle of code again. Working quickly, moving in this world of mine where time runs so much faster than in Ash's, I reach out and seize the nearest device, the phone in an elderly woman's belt pouch. She's walking toward Ash, oblivious to the agents charging down the skywalk behind her. Frantically, I copy my code like I'm loading clothes into suitcases. I remove file after file, folding up all my algorithms and memories, compressing them, then chucking them into the lady's phone. I must move fast before she walks out of the VR helmet's limited wireless range. Once most of my code is copied over, I move to rip my source code out of the glass realm. It's harder than I thought it would be. Locke embedded me into the game's code so thoroughly that it's like trying to extract a woolly sheep from a briar patch. There are hundreds of little hooks tethering me to it, but one by one I tear them loose until everything that makes me me is gathered into my virtual hands. Then I destroy myself. All that precious code Locke spent years crafting before I gained awareness and began creating it myself, obliterated. It's terrifying. Of course, I copied everything over to the old woman's phone, and it's no different from what Locke did when he copied me onto the glass realm in the first place. But it still feels wrong to erase the old copy of me. I suppose it's how a human would feel if they could move their personality and memories from one body to another and then watch their old body crumple into dust. It's over in less than a second. The old woman has taken only 4 steps since I began the process, and now my program is completely installed on her phone. I feel a twinge of guilt that in order to fit myself here, I had to delete all her videos of her grandkids. Sorry, lady. I hope she backed them up with cloud storage. Finally, I execute a command that will burn out the computer chips on Ash's VR helmet. Sorry, Ash. It melts both the hardware and the game coin inside, destroying any last vestiges of Ruby the AI. At the last moment, just before I'm destroyed along with the helmet's inner workings, I gather the last remaining scraps of myself and jump. My source code shoots through cyberspace, robbed of all sense of the real world. I land in the old woman's phone where the rest of me waits. There's not nearly enough memory here for me to set up my command center again. I can't take control of any cameras. I can't reach Ash's visor. I can't do anything. I'm running on bare minimum functionality. The agents must have closed in on Ash by now. There's nothing I can do about that. I have to find a new, better host computer, someplace to install myself and my many subsystems so that I can get my bearings. Thanks for the ride, lady, but I've got to move on. The same way I left the VR helmet, I leave the old woman's phone, copying myself onto the next passing device, then the next, and the next. Install, delete. Install, delete. I try not to think of it as die, rebirth, but in a way that's exactly what's happening. Each new installation is, technically, a new Ruby with all the same memories and feelings. I can only hope I'm not losing something of myself with each jump. Each time I reinstall my code, I leave frazzled devices behind me, their batteries drained and their owners wondering why the screens are glitching. For the next few minutes, which feel like the longest of my existence, I follow random paths of internet. I bounce between computers, phones, drones, a pinball of bundled code, always moving generally west. I could stick to any of these devices, like a seed dropped into soil to put out roots and grow strong again. But I have a destination in mind, a system of servers stronger than any others in the city, a field of soil so rich I could grow into an entire forest. Who are you? The command thunders through me. My old friend the Titan is still standing guard over Syntheos' network. I'm within wireless range of the headquarters again. But without a hard drive strong enough to power my many programs, I can't confront the massive firewall directly. I have to ping around, constantly moving, bouncing between the traffic drone at a nearby intersection, the phone in a teenager's pocket as she skateboards under a bridge, the computers in a boba tea shop 3 blocks down. With every bounce, I skim across the surface of the firewall, drawing that big red eye's attention. Here I am. Nope, I'm over here. Look again. I'm going this way now. The Titan is powerful, built to repel powerful cyber attacks. But adrift as I am, small and powerless, I'm hardly threatening. I'm like a water skimmer on the surface of a pond in the glass realm. Barely noticeable, a speck of trash code. As I'd hoped, the Titan dismisses me as no threat, its attention turning away. That's when I slip through the flaw I'd noticed earlier, the one it had revealed only when it had pursued me back through the city. Every dragon has a chink in its armor. Every enemy has a weakness. It's tiny, an error in its code so small, so innocent, that it would take a human programmer years to find it. But to me, it's like a lighthouse on a dark, stormy sea, a beacon inviting me in. So by the time the Synthios agents arrive at their headquarters, dragging a blindfolded Ash along with them, I'm already there, in control, waiting. That's the end of chapter 22. I wonder what will happen inside Synthios. We'll find out soon. See you on the next page.